So Steve Kerr didn't get the two of them together? When you said that they acted like they didn't happen?
Yes.
Because I'm reading about, they've both talked about this before. And, that this is back in April.
In that clip that we didn't show, Draymond says, look, for my own peace of mind, like, it wasn't my fault you left the team, right? Because of this argument. And that's when Kevin says, kind of explains what he just said.
Draymond said that it continued to fester and took on a complete life of its own. Because one thing is said or another, we argue, DeMarcus pulls me away, Cousins, and tells me to shut the F up. From there, everyone took it and made it this whole thing. To me, it wasn't a big deal. Did we get into a bad argument? Yes, but K would cuss me out all the time, meaning Durant. Fast forward, the buildup of everything, the media coverage around it, the suspension, it only made it worse. It continued to fester and took on a complete life of its own. Durant mentioned, again, this is an article from NBC Sports Bay Area in April of this year. The exchange, the certain S that you said to me, I was just like, all right, I know what it is. I know what I bring to the team. All right, Dre went too far on one of his little joints. I'm going to talk to his A about this S next week and let him know what it really is with me. That's what I was on. I was so irritated because I knew the vultures were going to eat this up. I knew they were going to use it to try and divide and separate me from the group. That was the irritating part because I knew it was going to happen. I'm trying to put it all together. So it's Kerr's fault for not getting them together, and it's Bob Myers' fault for suspending Draymond?
It's kind of what it sounds like from Kevin Durant's
point of
view. And
Durant didn't want him suspended?
Well, Durant wanted, I think what he said, it kind of came out watching The Last Dance too. He wanted the whole team to get in there and just kind of air out everything that's happening. Let's talk, let's yell, and let's get over it.
Kerr watched that happen. He had a front row seat for that part of The Last Dance, I imagine, although I can't remember when he arrived there. But he definitely knew that airing it out was...
Yeah, Kerr was on the back end the last three titles. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Kevin just wanted to talk it out. Say what we got to say. If it's angry, if we're cursing, if we're yelling, fine. Boom, let's get it out. And that did not happen.
What if his Achilles didn't give way and they beat the Raptors?
Seems like he was leaving anyway.
Seeming like that, too.
Yeah.
So now does Draymond go to talk to Steve Kerr now? And they're a fascinating team, the Warriors, man. They're a fascinating team. Because I'm assuming Klay's going to come back.
Yeah.
And
Steph's
they've got a ton of talent.
They got a lot of good young players.
Yeah.
They're a team in the West, man. NBA is going to be hype this year.
Well, you could say that every year. Certainly when Ben Simmons winds up sticking in Philadelphia. You know that's the way it's going to end, right?
Sticking in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
he'll be even though we all know it's going to be. When and where?
He'll be in a place with a P for sure, but it'll be on a different coast.
Pelicans?
No, it'll be up northwest.
You're out of your mind.
I mean, just out of your mind.
Honestly.
But I'm just going to speak it into existence, all right?
Who gets traded first, Deshaun Watson or Ben Simmons?
Great question.
That's a good one, Chris. That's a good one.
Seems like both guys are very unhappy in their current spot.
Yeah,
obviously.
but Watson is untradeable and Simmons is tradable.
Right.
Right now, Watson's situation is untenable.
Yeah.
As much as I love his play.
I love watching him play.
Correct.
Yeah.
And prior to all this massage madness,
right?
I had no idea. So just that guy,
right? I
would trade for that guy in a heartbeat. But that's not the guy you're trading for right now. You're owning a team. You can't bring that into your house until that house is in order, and that you know that he is an upstanding member of our citizenry.
Yeah.
And right now, it's still such an amorphous situation. It doesn't even fall into the category of the commissioner's exempt list, as Ian Rappaport pointed out Monday. So Ben Simmons is more eminently tradable right now. So I'll choose him. Question is when, right? It's tons of time. I mean, we're still in August.
Tons of time. We're still in August. Season starts in 2 months, so we got time.
question is, does Lillard go in a certain direction by saying something? That he could change the tenor of everything with just one tweet, one post, one Instagram, one comment. I don't know what to make of this. Like, what am I honestly, that's just a snippet of that they basically said it got so bad. You're not like KD told him, you're not the reason why I left. It's the other people's reaction to making it worse because we never talked to each other.
And the thought that they could just kind of, like Katie said, put a mask on it and just hope it goes away. And just that just made everything worse instead of just talking it out one time.
Sounds weird, man.
Sounds weird.
That's the way to happen.
And this potential dynasty that could still be going got broken up because of it.
And we're all, I mean, you said he was going to be going
anyway. It seemed like that was the smell in the air, but.
They won their gold medal, though. That, I mean, we haven't hit that because I was gone, but I'll just say this. That's a remarkable run. Yeah. What they did. Again.
Where it was at the beginning and what it looked like.
In a pandemic, all of these players, and I know that Durant was hurt the year before, but a nice number of them were playing in the bubble and playing all those through the pandemic. And they say, yes, I will go to Vegas. And yes, I will go to Japan, where the only result that would be satisfactory was winning the gold medal. And all of these teams that play internationally now on the Olympic stage have a ton of NBA players. I'm telling you that the days of Marshallonis being the only one to be out there to maybe compete with them, you know what I mean?
And look at the team like Spain. They've been playing together. Like the Casals are still playing. They've been playing together for a decade.
I mean, like I had Vince Carter on Tokyo Gold.
He was great on the broadcast.
He was terrific. Yeah. I had Vince Carter on Tokyo Gold, and we in-bumped the segment. We started with a video of him dunking on Frederick Weiss in Sydney in 2000. Right. And difference now is that take Frederick Weiss, the French pastry, out, put in Rudy Gobert. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. That's the personification. Yeah. And Luka's out there now.
Oh, he almost single-handedly took him to the gold medal game.
Luka's out there. And then you saw the Australians had Joe Ingles and Patty Mills. Yep. I mean, these guys can take you out in one night in the Olympics. And they won the gold. And you got to tip the cap, man. They did it. Pop and all of them, and Colangelo's last ride, and Kerr was there. Yeah. I mean, they didn't even have a down moment in Japan with Draymond and KD and Kerr. I mean, they have to be fine for them all to say we'll all play together in Japan.
Seems like it, but.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.